Hi. This is what I call keeping up appearances. You see our rich, deep, dark blue sky, and it only gets a little bit lighter as it goes towards the horizon. And see those mountains over there? See these mountains. Low-lying hills. Alright, I'm not using some special telephoto lens. It's my regular old Canon PowerShot A20. Old camera. You can see them just fine. You can make out the trees. There's no problem with our air. It's bluer than blue out today. Dark blue. Wonderfully clean air. My nose doesn't hurt at all. I have no sore throat symptoms whatsoever. My lungs are clean and clear. Wow. I can breathe fully with no hint of a pain in my chest. Isn't that cool? Now, why do I call this keeping up appearances? Oh, let's see. Where'd they go? Because I just saw one of those slimy little cocksuckers. Where'd he go? He was going across the sky right here with a quick dispersing chemtrail. Yeah. A stream of a plume, several plumes actually. It looked like a 4-plumer coming off of the plane, fairly high up, but nowhere near 30,000 feet plus. And oh yeah, we're in the middle of a giant valley. Contrails don't happen here because we're in the middle of a giant valley. Contrails only happen in the Arctic. They happen near the coast where there are large amounts of moisture that could be pushed up into the upper atmosphere. And they happen especially near the coast where there's ranges, which there are a lot of mountain ranges near the coast. So the onshore flow hits the mountain ranges and essentially uses it as a ramp, and it launches that mass of moist, water vapor laden air high up, and contrails can happen right there where the water vapor makes it high into the atmosphere but hasn't come back down yet. So that's where contrails can happen. Where they can't happen is in the middle of a giant valley where it's temperate and none of the moisture is up in the upper atmosphere. And I know the moisture's not in the upper atmosphere around the place that I live, Vancouver, Washington, because it makes it to the ground. You see? You see this tree? You see those trees? You see that tree? You see that grass? Yes. There it is. This is number 2 coming along, I'm sure. This is why I call it keeping up appearances. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. What a U.S. Air Force hero we got right there. Yeah. See, they send through these shitballs to come along and spray this fast-releasing chemtrail. So that, all you good people of the world who, all 10 of you who may actually even look in the sky and notice anything, will go, oh yeah, see, it's a contrail, Junior, look, it's a contrail. What, oh well, that's condensation, yeah. It's condensation. And see, they're so high up, there's ice crystals in the air. Oh really? There are? There's ice crystals everywhere in the world at all times in the air. I thought ice was heavy. I thought ice was made out of water, which is heavy, which is why rain goes down to the ground. But for some reason we're supposed to believe now that there's ice crystals continuously at all times in the sky, so that any time, and whether it's the middle of the summer and 120 degrees out or the middle of the winter and 20 below out, makes no difference. The upper atmosphere is always the same. Is that what our scientists are telling us? Because if that's what your scientist would have you believe, if that's what your teacher would have you believe, oh, fuck them, they're fucking lying. Yes. This is called keeping up appearances. By all means, I would have to say that, well, that's a large amount of chemtrail liquid being spewed out of that plane and dumped on top of me. But it's a big sky, and there's no other chemtrail planes in the area right now, and they haven't been spraying at all today. There hasn't been any long trails, and there have not been very many of these short ones either. Although right now I've caught 2 within the last 10 minutes. So our skies are blue. But this is keeping up appearances. They come through and they spray one of those quick dispersal ones so that if anybody's looking, because that's not enough chemtrail to really harm anybody right now too badly. Heck, if that was the extent of the chemtrailing, I wouldn't give a shit. Human beings are actually kind of hard to kill. We're taught that we're weak and we're small and we're, you know, our life is tenuous, just hanging by a thread at all times, yet, well, look how many of you are. You're overpopulating, you're destroying the world, which is another lie. It's dumb people who follow directions of their leaders who are destroying the world. That's you TV news watchers, and you fucking voters, and you people who don't give a shit about alternative energies or modernizing yourself in any way. Oh, let's keep everything exactly the same as it is now, because my family's got plenty of money. You fucking small-minded little faggots. Oh my God, you make me sick. You make me want to puke on you. Please, come down to my boat, and I'll puke on you. I'll be glad to, fuckers. Yeah. Anyway, I'm off. I gotta go get the Jeep, go pick up my boys, go to the jazz festival. I'm gonna check out some jazz for a minute. I need to quit dawdling. I'm supposed to be there in 45 minutes. Alright, well anyway, yeah, I saw that guy coming through keeping up appearances and thought, what the heck? I better make a video called Keeping Up Appearances. And one more time, through my dirty windshield, just for the record, look how well you can see Larch Mountain. You can see it really well. That's because we have super duper, super fucking mega awesome air here in Vancouver, Washington. You know? And anybody that tells you different is a liar or a fucking retarded asshole who doesn't know shit. Because I'm telling you, I'm a smart guy. Everybody tells me I'm a smart guy. And the other smart guys I know less about the things that they know about than I do. Now, am I trying to tell you I'm the smartest guy in the world? Fuck no! I am a dumb motherfucker. In many ways. And on many subjects. But not on every subject. What I'm telling you is that by my own admission, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. I just care. And I pay attention, and I'm able to do comparative analysis, which seems to be something that nobody understands anymore. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a brain surgeon. All you gotta do is be able to look at two things, play the memory game. Look at two things and say, hey, this one is like this and this one isn't. Oh, they're different. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, that's all you gotta fucking be able to do. Is look at this fucking cloud right here and say, wow, that cloud is lumpy and clumpy. And so are those other clouds. And there's no real linear form to them. In fact, there is zero linear form. They got no lines going directly at all. Because nature doesn't move in straight lines. Mankind moves in straight lines. We put these lines on the road. We put these lines on the barriers. Lines around our signs and our signals. And, well, yeah. That's about the size of it. We put lines on everything. We put white lines in the sky. I'm sure in some way those aluminum, barium, strontium poison lines get into your body and they put lines across your cells. They put little X's across your cells. And then that puts little X's across your eyes. Oh, and it puts lots of X's in their bank accounts. Because Grandma and Grandpa had no fucking idea what was going on, and they didn't know their ass from a hole in the ground, and everything they were ever taught was a lie. And so, you know, when their health started to go south, well, they did the right thing. They went to their doctor and they asked him to help. The doctor said, well, there's things we can do, but it's gonna cost a lot of money. And Grandma and Grandpa said, well, we worked our whole lives. We've got the house and we've got the land. We were gonna leave it to the family and our children, but now we gotta sell it. Oh, and the doctor's he feels so bad. The doctor feels so bad you have to sell your family estate. It's been in your family for, 6 generations, but now Grandma and Grandpa got cancer. The first Grandma and Grandpa in the history of your family to get cancer and have to sell everything. Gee willikers. It's almost like they were a cow, fattened up and then slaughtered. In my humble opinion. Okay, my not so humble opinion. I'm nothing if not honest. Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, oh, they had to sell everything. Sorry, you don't get to inherit a house. You don't get to inherit some nice cars, some classics. You don't get to inherit a bunch of money. You don't get to get taught anything by your parents. No, you don't get any of that. What you get is stiffed and stuck with the bill after the bank and the doctor take everything that your parents and grandparents and great-grandparents ever worked for. They're gonna take every fucking bit of it, and they're gonna take everything you worked for too. And you're going to give it all to them voluntarily because you were poisoned by fucking airplanes. And then when you give them all your money and you no longer have anything and your children are prostituting themselves for fucking just enough money to fucking have a room to sleep in because there's no economy left because you were smart and voted Republican and fucking knew that fucking the only thing that matters is the economy because you were so fucking smart that after you're poisoned to death and you sell all your property and you sell that house you bought and you leave nothing to your children who are destitute on the land that their fathers conquered, that's when your health care runs out and they let you go. As soon as you got nothing left to pay the bill with. I lost my point again. Oh my God. See the sky? It's blue. See the clouds? They're clumpy. That's what the sky looks like here. Alright? There are many variations of these clouds. Not a single one of them ever is a line or 2 lines or X's or circles. I've seen chemtrail planes fly out of the south above Portland, clearly climbing in elevation still, so they didn't take off that far away, but it was not PDX, more like McMinnville, and they're climbing still. They're spewing fucking just tanker load of fucking chemtrail behind them. They fly up over Vancouver and they fly around in circles until the trail stops. And then they fly back south again with nothing coming out of the back. But fear not, because immediately behind that plane is another plane. In fact, they stage them out 4, 5, 6 planes at a time, all of them coming out of the south doing the same thing pretty much, with another one on their heels 3 minutes behind them. 6 planes at a time. 6 more planes 3 minutes behind them. 6 more planes 3 minutes behind them. 6 more planes 3 minutes behind them. That's how they go down here. And if you tell me that you've ever got on a commercial flight to go anywhere and that plane took off and then flew in formation with other planes, you're a fucking liar. Because they don't do that. Commercial planes don't fly in formation. If you think they do, you have shit for brains. If you think that white trails come out of the back of them, you have shit for brains. In fact, if I have to tell you what a chemtrail is? If you didn't know any of this already, because it's been going on for 6 years, you have shit for brains. Please, do something about yourself. This is called blue sky. Blue sky. No chemtrails. And look at the people. My goodness, there's people out doing things. All kinds of them all over town. All it takes is a day with no chemtrails and suddenly it's like people live here again. When we have a week straight of chemtrails, there's nothing. This town is a ghost town. The only people out doing anything are the people that have to be at their jobs at whatever specific times, and they're going to or coming from that. And that's it. The stores are empty, the restaurants are empty. It's only when it rains, and only when we get the rare day at the end of some rain, like today, the sky is a deep, rich, dark blue, that people come out and do anything. Strange. Alright, anyway, I think that's I'm done. This is a long video. Have a good day. Say something about the chemtrails or you're a fucking pussy. Especially you military faggots. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take an oath to defend the people and the Constitution of the U.S. I'm gonna pretend I don't see chemtrails. Yay! I'm gonna pretend I'm protecting you while you're sprayed with poison and get cancer and die. I'm gonna go to another country and kill people and pat myself on the back for doing a good job defending freedom. Fuck you guys. You guys are a bunch of clowns.